In this dispatch video, we are stepping out of our comfort zone very slightly and talking about cryptocurrency. So something which never really featured in the legislation such as the Employment Rights Act when it was initially drafted. But one question we're hoping to answer is whether somebody can be paid their salary in cryptocurrency such as Bitcoin. We think that the tribunal would say the answer is no, because cryptocurrency is not defined or does not come under the definition of wages in the normal way, so in the way that the Employment Rights Act intended it to be defined. This generally requires a specific sum to be payable to a worker. And cryptocurrency has the problem of being incredibly unpredictable in the value that it attributes. Its value fluctuates very regularly according to demand, and you can have huge spikes and drops in the value that's associated with things like Bitcoin. You could say the same thing with currencies generally, but remember, cryptocurrency is not controlled by a central government, and there also have been European case law decisions which have determined that Bitcoin, for example, is not legal tender. So tribunals, I do not think, would categorise cryptocurrency as in monetary terms in the same way that traditional currencies are. This is important because if cryptocurrency is not recognised as wages payable to a worker, paying somebody in cryptocurrency is likely, or paying somebody entirely in cryptocurrency is likely to amount to a breach of the national minimum wage regulations. Wages exclude benefits in kind, which you could argue cryptocurrency falls into. And if it's not defined as wages, then the employer will not have made any payment to the employee in return for hours worked. The next question is whether or not cryptocurrency can be defined not as traditional wages, but as a voucher, stamp, or similar document. And this really associates itself with Section 27, which I'm sure you've read, of the Employment Rights Act. So instead of wages, can we argue that this is some other benefit which has a monetary value, but again, on the basis that that monetary value fluctuates significantly and is not recognised by central banks, arguably it doesn't have a fixed value and therefore can't be taken into account when determining whether that is wages. An additional question there then is, if cryptocurrency does not amount to wages or a voucher, stamp, or similar document, what happens if I am due to be paid partly in that currency and the employer fails to do so? Well, it couldn't then be pursued as an unlawful deduction for wages. It would have to be pursued as a breach of contract argument. I've never actually seen a case where somebody has pursued their employer for failing to pay Bitcoin. But I think the simple advice on conclusion of this video is stick to pound sterling if at all possible. The law on this is likely to develop in years to come, particularly if cryptocurrency does become recognised as a mainstream form of payment by banks and governments. But for now, I would steer clear. If you need any further advice on this, we can try and help. Please do get in touch. Visit the website chadwicklawrence.co.uk or email employmenthub@chadlaw.co.uk. Thank you.